ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. You see, of all the creation in the world, man is endowed with a precious gift, an immaculate gift, that is, he can observe himself, and no other creature can do so. So, what is the purpose of this gift endowed by the divine? You see, by observing your own self from your own life experiences, every human being wants to change some patterns or to overcome some weaknesses which he himself has noticed by observation of his own self. And in fact, by this faculty, he can lift himself, and he can also help to lift others around him. So, the seeker, every seeker in the journey wants to know his progress in spiritual life, and in that aspect of life, he tries many methods, but they are of no avail, because man can notice himself by observation and by his own judgment where he is wrong, where he has gone wrong. By his own judgment, he can only know himself. And by this observation, he can change his own pattern and overcome the weaknesses. So, but the contemplation of or the contemplation on the facts or truth gives an understanding of the subject, but that will not be of little I mean, that is of little help to overcome such weaknesses. It takes a long time through contemplation. But in this regard, Buddha has taught us that by simply being aware of any action and by holding that awareness of your own actions, you can hold the body and mind in the present continuous. That means in the present. The more and more you realize this immaculate gift given to us and within us all, you can, by developing the power of awareness, can bring the changes which are required on your journey. See, in Hindu tradition, and in fact in all religions, there are some ritualistic patterns prescribed by the various respective religions. What is the essence behind these rituals? Suppose in Hindu tradition, devotees write Sri Rama Koti, means writing of the holy name for certain number of times. So what happens is, the mind wanders and its nature is wavering, wandering. So when you write this, when you are engaged in that activity, you are bringing the wavering mind to the place where the body is. So the whole process of all these prescribed rituals is to bring the mind where the body is. So when you hold the body and mind, then with this body mind integration, your awareness starts developing into new dimensions. So you have to train yourself by following any kind of a repetitive action or a ritual to develop the power of awareness. But you have to remember one thing: contemplation in this process takes some time, because in concentration, in contemplation, one starts, it helps to understand the subject in detail to a large extent. But to expedite the process of awareness, you have to resort to an action, because action is a very essential mode of activity, in which or through which you can develop, or you can say inculcate the faculty of awareness. Through an action, that is an easy method, and that is the faculty, because by any faculty, and action is one of the important faculties to improve the power of your awareness. So, you have to train yourself in such kind of action where the power of your awareness is enhanced. You see, when you hold the body-mind awareness, the integration, the awareness of the body-mind integration, then you slip into a kind of meditation. See, meditation means, in this regard of meditation, Buddha has taught us very easy process of observing yourself. That is, he asked, can you watch your breathing? And breathing is the easiest processes for improving the awareness. See, exhalation, inhalation and exhalation. That's what Buddha said in his Vipassana meditation. Just observation of your inhaling and exhaling. Not pranayama, because pranayama has the different patterns of breathing techniques. So, not pranayama, just observation of inhalation and exhalation. So, when you watch your breathing, when you practice this inhalation and exhalation, you come to a point where you realize that there is an inherent gap after inhalation, similarly after exhalation. It is not a gap created by you, but there is an inherent gap After exhalation, a few seconds of gap, you inhale, then exhale, and after exhalation you observe there are some moments of a gap. So, when you practice this initially inhalation, exhalation, then you realize there is an inhalation gap, exhalation gap, and when you practice this, suddenly you slip into meditation through that gap. Through that gap you slip into meditation, and you feel an absolute silence and quietude in that silence. And when you come back, it is only a glimpse. I mean that silence and quietude is a glimpse. It will not last long. Again you come back. So, when you come back from that glimpse of silence and that quietude, something in you changes forever, and you will not be the same again. That is the beauty of that glimpse. You will never be the same again. Something has changed in you, in your being, and that is the power of the awareness. So, this happens, and this brings some kind of transformation in your being. You transcend the weaknesses which you were feeling till that day. You will be able to transcend those weaknesses, and you will never be the same again. You become a completely changed person. See, this is the essence of the prescription of various ritualistic patterns in various religions. And this power of awareness simply cannot be cultivated, and simply by contemplating cannot be achieved. So, in that glimpse of silence, something from beyond descends in your being, and that transforms your whole being, inner being. What happens is you become, in that gap, a silence happens, a quietude happens, and you become empty. And in emptiness, it descends, divinity descends. So, this is how a true seeker resorts to self purification, self modification, and self correction. And in that state of awareness, bliss and peace engulfs you with divinity. Peace just flows, bliss just flows, and that music of bliss enchants not only your inner being, but whoever comes into your Buddha field. In that state is called a Buddha field. So, people around you also feel that joy, peace, and bliss. That is how every human being lifts himself by himself with this power of awareness. So, thank you.